The glass slipped from her trembling hand and shattered on the wooden floor, but Claire Jennings didn't even flinch. Her eyes had locked on the neon sign buzzing above the bar's doorway, a sign she swore she had seen 10 years ago, the night before everything in her world fell apart. Her pulse quickened as the heavy doors swung open and a roar of laughter spilled in with the rowdy gang of bikers. Something inside her whispered that tonight would not be ordinary. Tonight, the ghosts of her past were about to collide with her present in a way that would test her strength, her patience, and her very identity. The jukebox rattled out a country tune inside Miller's Bar, the kind of roadside tavern where broken dreams and tired souls came for a drink. Cigarette smoke hung thick in the air, and the laughter of bikers echoed through the dim-lit space. But at a small corner table sat Claire Jennings, quiet, unnoticed, her worn-out denim jacket folded neatly on the chair beside her. She wasn't there to drink, she was there to remember. It had been 10 years since her husband, Staff Sergeant Michael Jennings, a proud U.S. Marine, never came home from his final deployment. Claire carried his memory with her everywhere, sometimes in her heart, and sometimes, literally, inked into her skin. On her right shoulder, hidden beneath her shirt, was the Marine Corps tattoo he had once convinced her to get alongside him. A symbol of loyalty. A symbol of sacrifice. Tonight was supposed to be simple. One glass of ginger ale, a quiet moment at their old spot, and then home. But fate had different plans. The bar doors swung open with a creak, and in stormed a group of bikers, loud, rowdy, and already half-drunk. Their leader, a heavy-set man named Tank, towered over the others. He noticed Claire instantly. A lone woman, sitting quietly, avoiding eye contact, that was easy prey. "Hey, sweetheart," Tank slurred as he swaggered over. "Don't be shy. Share a smile with us." Claire kept her gaze low. "Just here for a drink. Don't want any trouble." But Tank thrived on trouble. He slammed his hand on her table, making her glass tremble. "Trouble? You're looking at the best kind of trouble." His buddies laughed. When Claire didn't react, his grin turned sour. In one reckless move, Tank grabbed her shirt, yanking at the fabric until it tore across the shoulder. But one of his younger crew members whispered, "Holy hell. She's one of them." The bartender, Old Joe, finally spoke, his voice low with respect. "Claire Jennings. Her husband gave his life in Fallujah. She's family to every Marine who's ever walked this land." The bar went silent, except for the faint hum of the jukebox. Even the roughest of men knew there were lines you didn't cross. Tank swallowed hard. For the first time that night, shame replaced arrogance in his eyes. I didn't know," he stammered. Claire straightened, her torn shirt slipping but her pride unbroken. "You didn't need to know. All you had to do was show respect." Something shifted in the room. One of the older bikers, grizzled and tattooed himself, stepped forward. "Tank," he said firmly, "enough. You crossed the line." He turned to Claire and nodded respectfully. "Ma'am, on behalf of all of us, apologies. We forget too often who keeps this country standing." Claire's eyes softened. Not because she wanted pity, but because she saw sincerity. "Respect isn't hard," she said quietly. "It starts with kindness." What happened next surprised everyone. Tank, usually too proud to bow to anyone, lowered his gaze. "You're right. I was wrong." He reached into his leather vest and pulled out a patch, his club's insignia. Slowly, he set it on the table in front of her. "This means loyalty to us. Ain't the same as what your husband gave, but it's all I got to offer in respect." Claire looked at the patch, then back at Tank. She saw a man broken in ways not so different from herself, hiding pain behind loudness, carrying scars no one could see. With a steady hand, she pushed the patch back toward him. "Keep it. Just remember tonight. And don't ever treat another woman like that again." The bikers helped patch her torn shirt, awkward but genuine. Old Joe refused to let her pay for her drink. And when she finally stepped outside into the cool night air, something remarkable happened. The rowdy gang that once mocked her now formed a protective line, ensuring she walked safely to her car. For the first time in years, Claire felt something shift in her heart. It wasn't forgiveness for what she had lost, nothing could give Michael back. But it was hope. Hope that even the roughest souls could change when reminded of the values her husband had lived and died for. As she drove off, Claire whispered into the night, "You're still with me, Michael. Your honor still changes lives." And inside the bar, tough men who thought they feared nothing sat quietly, humbled by the power of one tattoo, and the woman who carried it. Sometimes, the smallest symbols of sacrifice hold the power to silence arrogance, awaken respect, and remind the world that kindness and honor are stronger than fear. Claire's quiet strength turned hostility into humanity. And that night, everyone left the bar changed forever.